and slam it down. It started with a wager and a ram named Blue, 2 tankards deep and a point to prove. You said he stumbled, you blind are ye. Next thing a stool went flying free. Cones hit wood and the fiddler ducked. Old Fergus roared that ram had luck. By the beard O'Brien, by the forge's light, we knew we'd not see come that night. 1 shove turned 2, turned 10 real fast. Someone yelled who stood me cask. A mug cracked loud like a cannon's call, and that was the spark that lit it all. Hey, the Stonefire shook that night. Windows burst and we held on tight. Chairs went high in an arc of might, and dwarves flew over the rail. Hey, hey, let the pipes scream wild and clear. Alla ran thick like a river o' beer. If ye weren't bleeding, you weren't sincere when the Stonefire fell that night. Hamish McBeerfist lost his shirt, lost his boots and his sense of hurt. Naked as the day he was born to sin, rode a ram straight through the kitchen. Cook pots flew and the stew ran hot. He waved a ladle like a battle axe shot. Clear the way was his only cry as pies and pride went sailing by. A fiddler stood on a table tall, still bowing fierce through the brawl. Tambourine clashed in time with fist, no fine orchestra could exist. Hey, the Stonefire shook that night. Tankards rang in a thunderous fight. Beards ablaze in the firelight, and no one backed away. Hey, hey, if you bet on hooves and pride, best be ready to take a side. Ale and honor in equal stride when the Stonefire lost its walls. Then through the smoke and shattered glass, a royal voice cut through the mass. What in the mountain is this disgrace? And silence struck the place. Magni stood with a stein in hand, crown askew but firm his stand. He looked once round at the broken floor, then smashed his mug and roared. Hey, let the king throw down tonight. If we're to brawl, then brawl it right. Forge-born fury and clan-born spite, no dwarf shall sit this out. Hey, hey, raise the pipes and strike the chord. If kings can swing, then so can we all. From kitchen ram to shattered hall, we drank, we fought, we sang. Stone and steel and barley brew. Ram or crown, we answer true. If ye ask what legends tell, we were there when the Stonefire fell. We were there when the Stonefire fell. Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Slam it down! Hey, hey, hey!
Oh, Hamish McBeerfist a terror, a treat, with a beard full of sparks and no fear in his feet. He'd drain half a barrel and call it a sip, then wink at the barkeep and loosen his grip. He'd laugh at a brawl like it's part of the fun, buy drinks for the crowd when the damage was done. A menace, a marvel, a glorious twist, the daft-hearted dwarf McBeerfist. Hey ho! Lift it high, let it go, for Hamish we shout and we roar. Hey ho! Stamp it hard on the floor, we'll drink till we can't drink more. Swing, sing, let the ale foam twist. Long live McBeerfist! Hey! In iron for Charles sung a dragon's great skull. Explorers like pride, grim and dull. Hamish looked up with a thief's little grin, said that looked better above where I'm in. Next morning the scholars were scratching their heads. The relic had vanished from over their beds. And Nud left behind with a flourishing fist. Warm hearth, H. McBeerfist. He drank till the moon did a sideways sway, and Karen is late one ale every day. Woke up in a workshop of gears and chrome, beside a bright smiling and leper gnome. She laughed, you snore like a griffin in flight. He bowed and replied, was a grand little night. Tipped off his cap with a courteous twist, then bolted did McBeerfist. Hey ho, lift it high, let it go. For Hamish we shout and we roar. Hey ho, stamp it hard on the floor. We'll drink till we can't drink more. Swing, sing, let the ale foam twist. Long live McBeerfist. As a forge when the bellows blow, he saddled a trog in the snow. Through auction house stalls with a thundering cry, sent parchments and cabbages fly. The merchants all scattered like startled fish. The guards just groaned, not him we wish. He roared through the hall in a barrel roll blitz. All hail McBeerfist. Hey, hey, ho! Lift it high, let it go. For Hamish we shout and we roar. Hey, ho! Stamp it hard on the floor. We'll drink till we can and drink more. Swing, sing, let the ale foam twist. Long live McBeerfist. Hey ho, lift it high, let it go. For Hamish we shout and we roar. Hey ho, stamp it out on the floor. We'll drink till we can and drink more. Swing, sing, let the ale foam twist. Long live McBeerfist. Hey!
I'm up with the grey when the frost bites the ground. Boots on the stone where the iron rings round. Swinging me hammer, no glory, no crown. Just sparks in the dark of the mine. The foreman he grunts and I grunt right back. Rocking me teeth and a stooping me back. If gold were a whisper, I'd still hear the crack of stone giving way to the line. And when the bell tolls for smoke with 10, I sit on a crate with the rest of the men. Strike on me pipe and I breathe it all in, like smoke might carry me home. I'm no great shakes, no song for the bards. Just calloused hands and a deck of bent cards. I swing and I sweat and I carry me scars. And I drink when the daylight is done. If heaven needs heroes, they won't look for me. I'm more dirt than legend, more mud than glory. But it's honest enough and it's honest and free. And I rise when the next day comes. To the shaft where the air's thick and close. Pick on the seam like I'm fighting a ghost. Dreaming of stout and a warm pub roast. And the fiddle that sings by the fire. Lads with ambition and lads with a plan. I've only me hammer and what I can stand. I'm not much to look at but still I'm a man. And the stone knows the weight I require. When quitting time rolls like a cart downhill, we spill to the street with a thirst to fill. Coins on the wood and a headstrong will. And trouble not far behind. I'm no great shakes, no pride of the town. Just loud in me cups and quick to throw down. Trade a smart word and I'll answer a frown with a knuckle and maybe a grin. I've woken with blood on a borrowed shirt and laughed at the bruise and swallowed the hurt. It's a foolish old dance, but it's mine by the dirt, and I'll likely do it again. Morning comes cruel with a split in me head, dry as the dust where I make me bread. Swearing I'm done with the things that I've said and the fist that I shouldn't have swung. But the sun climbs slow through the soot-stained pane, and the mind calls back like an old refrain. So I lace me boots in the ache and the pain, and curse what I'll soon become. I'm no great shakes, but I pay me way with hammer and pipe and a pint each day. I've not much saved and I've not much to say that I'd make any history book, but I'll stand me ground and I'll earn me bread and sleep like a stone when the last been said. And if I fall short of the tales they've read, well, I gave it the best that I could.
Is the next song of Home Like Adverts in the neighborhood regarding 1956?
Oh, the smoke rolls down from Black Rock, and the cinders stain the sky, and we hammer not for freedom, but because we must comply. Still the old songs hum like embers low and waiting in the sea. We are iron, we remember, and we have not lost the dream. Hey, hey! By the shadow of the mountain where the red outer rivers run, we were driven from our hot fires when the three clans came undone. With our banners torn and burning and our king in fury sworn, we were cast into the deep roads where no morning light is born. The risen called the fire lord from the belly of the stone, thought to win us back a kingdom forged, a prison of our own. Now the anvils ring in darkness, not for glory, not for home, but for chains and molten tyrants in the halls of burning chrome. Oh, the smoke rolls down from Black Rock, and the cinders stain the sky, and we hammer not for freedom, but because we must comply. Still the old songs hum like embers low and waiting in the seam. We are iron, we remember, and we have not lost the dream. We have not lost the dream. Our children know no sunrise, only furnace, ash and spark. They learn to walk on slag and stone and fear the outer dark. But their mothers tell of iron forge, of snow on granite walls, of open skies and grape and tries beyond the prison halls. When the firelit chains are broken and the mountain cracks apart, we will rise with soot-stained faces and a hammer in the heart. Let the bronze-bird hear us singing from the depths we once were cast. Dark iron still are dwarves, and dwarves remember past. Hey! Oh, the smoke rolls down from Black Rock, but it will not choke us still. For the stone remembers freedom, and the fire bends to will. From the embers comes the rising, from the anvil comes the cry. We are iron, forged in suffering, and iron does not die. And iron does not die. With flaming red hair and arms thick as the trees, and strong as a bear and chest wide as the seas, her hammer cracked air and her beard swung free, and I never had guessed
that he was a she. Hey, hey! She drank me down deep in the cold granite hall. She laughed when I swore that I'd never fall. She slammed a mug hard on the stone tavern wall and dared any fool to call. She shattered 3 chairs in a big brawling spree. She bloodied a nose or 2, maybe 3. She turned that red beard right back on me. Said, lad, try and keep up with me. She said, stand up straight if you've dwarven pride. I stood up tall and I nearly died. She shoved me back and she stepped inside with a grin I could not hide. The battle tide, and I never had guessed he was she at my side. Oh, let the ale run free. Oh, let the pipes decree. If love's a war, then it's fine by me, for the lass who out-drunk me. She cracked an orc helm with one single swing. She roared like a forge in the heart of the spring. When she pulled off her helm by the light and the king, my heart did a foolish thing. Her braid caught sparks in the furnace red glow. Her eyes burned hot like the fires below. She leaned in close and she told me so. Still think I'm a lad, do you now? No more cold steel axe, now it's brass wedding bells. The rings were forged where the hot magma swells. Priest said, speak now your vows and stick to 'em well, or she'll knock you straight down to the hells. 6 sails deep and I still say true. There's none in the clans can match that view. If she swings first, I swing there too. And I'd marry her twice if I could do. Hey! Raise up your mugs to the mountain queen. Hey! Strongest you've ever seen. She's the fiercest soul in the war machine, and I never had guessed he was she so keen. Oh, let the tankards fly. Oh, let the old god sigh. If you're 6 sails deep and you're feeling spry, sing loud till the kegs run dry. I was never much for runes and lore. Couldn't read the glyphs on the granite door. While the bright lads chased old tide and gold, I stayed where the wheelwright's hammer rolled. They marched off proud in iron and flame, carved their glory and signed their name. I stayed with splinters in my hand, greasing the cracks where the brave ones stand. Watch them ride past the mountain gate, banners high and shoulders straight. Heard the tears fade down the stone, then went back to work alone. Ma said, son, not every crown is fortune, fire, and renown. Some are shaped in quiet days, in steady hands and honest ways. I ain't no hero
Now the years roll by like oak on steel, and I learned what a steady hand can heal. When the war bands came home cracked and tired, it was my wheels they required. Bent rims, splintered spokes, mud and blood in their travel cloaks. They'd nod once, not say much more, then roll back out my workshop door. Ma's apron hangs by the back shop stair. Her voice still rings in the forge hot air. Do the work that's set for you, and do it straight, and do it true. I'll turn that wheel till my back gives way, laugh in the face of a glory day. Let the bar sing swords and scars, I'll keep this town on timber and tar. Turn that wheel, let it roll, grease and grit and heart and soul. If the heroes ride, they ride on me, on oak and iron and dignity. Turn that wheel, let it roll, grease and grit and heart and soul.
By the shadow of the mountain where the red-hot rivers run, we were driven from our hearth fires when the three clans came undone. With our banners torn and burning, and our king in fury sworn, we were cast into the deep roads where no morning light is born. Thorison called the Fire Lord from the belly of the stone, thought to win us back a kingdom, forged a prison of our own. Now the anvils ring in darkness, not for glory, not for home, but for chains and molten tyrants in the halls of burning chrome. Oh, the smoke rolls down from Black Rock, and the cinders stain the sky, and we hammer not for freedom, but because we must comply. Still the old songs hum like embers, low and waiting in the sea. We are iron, we remember, and we have not lost the dream. Our children know no sunrise, only furnace, ash and spark. They learn to walk on slag and stone and fear the outer dark. But their mothers tell of iron forge, of snow on granite walls, of open skies and griffin cries beyond the prison halls. When the Fire Lord's chains are broken and the mountain cracks apart, we will rise with soot-stained faces and a hammer in the heart. Let the bronze beard hear us singing from the depths we once were cast. Dark iron still are dwarves, and dwarves remember past. Oh, the smoke rolls down from Black Rock, but it will not choke us still, for the stone remembers freedom and the fire bends to will. From the embers comes the rising, from the anvil comes the cry. We are iron forged in suffering, and iron does not die.